see you. Uh, my phone is small, so keeping up with the chat is going to be a bit tough. Um, my son, 24-year-old young man, just absolutely so proud of him. I could spit type of guy. In fact, 24 years old, boy drives a Mercedes. He's making some bank. Yeah. Anyway, he's got a beautiful little girlfriend, and the two of them like plants. And when I told my son, oh man, one summer when I was in high school, back when dinosaurs lived, I used to macrame. And good God, I made like $400 one summer making macrame plant hangers and different stuff. So he said, oh, teach me how to macrame. I want to make plant hangers. And I said, just get the supplies, I'll make them for you. I'll teach you if you have time. But good God, Robert C. Peters, I got all kinds of time right now. I'm out on leave of absence because my podiatrist made me so I now have 8.5 toes. Because in August he took one of them and that got me down. He took my big toe. That got me down to 9, and now he took half of another toe right next to it. That gives me 8.5. So if I'm going surfing, and if I was surfing and I was really good at surfing, good God, I could hang 8.5. I can't hang 9. Can't even hang 10. Good gracious. Nevertheless, I have this here ball. It says loops and threads, macrame cord. And you know what? I bet if they put that name macrame on it, I bet they can charge quite a bit more for this ball of thread. Hello, Grumpy. We're going to do something entirely different. I'm going to macrame. You remember macrame? Oh my God. This is liable to take a while. My son wants me to make a plant hanger, and then he wanted me to teach him how to macrame. And of course, he's never home or he's never around long enough for me to teach him. In fact, he just woke up at 11 o'clock. It's now 12:30. At 11 o'clock, he woke up, hopped in the shower real quick, put on his clothes, and headed out the door, saying, "Hello, goodbye." I'm like, hi. Yeah, he does pay a little bit of rent. That's all good. I can't really see the chat, so I'm not going to be responding, but I'll talk my way. You know how I am. Jesus Christ, you get me caffeinated, forget about it. And yes, I've had a little bit already. I found my dad's cup. My mom's nickname was Peachy. I don't know if that reads the right way for you. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, it's backwards. It says, just Peachy, some tea, and a book for me. My dad was a librarian. He's still alive, by the way. 92 years old, going to be 93 in January. He's trucking along just fine. My brother and I drop in and see him now and again and make sure he knows he's loved. Damn Skippy. This has got coffee in it. I had me some coffee. I've had 2 rock stars, and they each have about 150 caffeine in them. And then I'm about halfway through a pot of coffee. So that's where I am on the caffeine scale. Yeah, baby. I'm not as talented as Grumpy as far as figuring out how to have music in my lives. I'll have to figure that out some other time. So it's just me, you, and a big ass ball of twine. We gonna make a plant hanger. Yeah. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. The only thing that's bugging me in my head right now is length. I hope I when I put this together, I have the strands long enough so that I can do it, and when I get to the end, have enough room to tie it off without going, oh shit, it's not long enough. That'd suck. I have several blades out in the house. This particular one is an old timer. It says old timer on it. Antique one I found somewhere or another. Pretty decent knife. I'm pretty good at sharpening them up and making them so they'll cut some. This one's got a couple of decent. Ugh, it needs some WD-40 attention, is what it needs. But yeah, it's got a couple on it, and if you looked it up, you'd see that this is an antique. I like bright, shiny, pokey things. I have so many blades in this house that if anybody were to come through the door with a mask on and tell me to give him his money, I'm going to cut him up and dice him up, and hell, I might even throw his ass in a crock pot. Fucker, come in here and try to mess with me. Yeah, I'm going to jump on your back like a spider monkey and make enough cuts, cover you in salt. Oh, it's going to be a bad day for you. So don't fuck with Robert C. Peters. Anyway, let's see. We got yeah, that's sharp enough. Put that right over there. Now, when you macrame, at least the way I do it, you want groups of 4. Because when I macrame, I go over and then over and then over. If this was 4 strands, dicka 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 tie, dicka 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 tie. So you've got to kind of plan it out. And I'm not one to follow recipes. No, the hell with that. So you figure if you're making a plant hanger, first off, you want to have this at the tippy top so you can hang it on a hook in the ceiling or shit over a branch. I don't give a damn how you do it. Okay, so that's going to be our secure dick on the top, and I'm going to show you some nifty knots. But we need strands of 4, and I'm picturing a plant hanger that has going that way, going that way, going that way, going that way. So I need 4, 4, 4, 4. How's your math, boys and girls? Yep, that's 16 strands. Okay, and you got to figure when you make the knot, it's going to come up and take a little bit of that length out for you. So if you want a plant hanger, say, I don't know, a 3-foot, maybe 3.5-foot plant hanger, you got to keep in mind that every one of the knots that you put in that is going to make those strands a little shorter. So I'm trying to calculate in my big ass skull. It's full of all kinds of other things that shouldn't be up in there that need to be, well, maybe. You know what? I gotta be careful. I'm gonna crush my hearing aid. That'd suck. But so I'm trying to think how long I'm gonna need. I figure. Oh, let's see. If we've got a plant hanger that's going to be about 3 feet, I want these strands to be at least 6 feet long. Probably longer. Maybe about, you figure from the one hand to the other, all the way my arm stretched out is 6 feet. So I'm going to do 2 of those per strand, so 12 feet. And that'll give me plenty of cord so that when I get to the end, I can just trim off the bottom. I think that's going to work. So about 2 of these times, what did I say, 16? Damn. I use up all the damn thread. Okay, so, dig-a-dig-a-dig-a-dig. Okay, there's one. Oop, don't knock over your coffee, Robert. That'd suck. There's two. Okay, so there's one. Now, I'm going to loop these so that I have a loopy at the top. So there's going to be two strands that I'm going to work with a loopy at the top. I'm going to make 16. I'm going to make 8 of these, which gives me 16 chords. Okay? So let's do that. All the way, Robert. Don't knock over your coffee. You know what? Move your coffee, you dumbass. You're going to bop it with your damn arm and there's going to be coffee everywhere. That'd suck. Because then I'd have to get my fat ass off this chair and mop it up. Nope. Oh, hey, got a knife. Oh, shit. I'm dangerous. Okay, so there's one. And if that's not long enough, then I'm just an idiot. Okay. Ah! Come on, cut. Man. What the hell? That wasn't no fun at all. Damn knife. Okay. God, I don't like that at all. Crap. You got all funky on me. Did you see that? Funky Cole Medina. Hey. Look it up. Oh, man. That was bullshit right there. Okay, so there's one. And I want my ends equal. So I'm going to go there and then do this so that I've got you youngins probably don't even know what macrame is. I bet Grumpy knows. I'm going to tie it right here just so that I can maintain integrity. Okay, I need 8 of these. There's one. Ta-da! It's kind of like doing exercising. My muscles are like, what the hell you doing? I tell you what, if I was to go in the gym, my muscles would be like, what the hell are we doing in here? If they don't have a hot tub, I'm out of here. There ain't no getting on the bench press or the bike or the thing you walk on. No, not in Robert C. Peters' life. Fuck that. Nope. I like being roly-poly. Marshmallow belly and all that. Hell yeah. Okay, there's 2. Tie that sucker off just a little bit for that it doesn't wander and get the way I don't want it. Okay, there's 2. La da 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 da. They used to have cord back in the day when I was a youngin'. They used to have cord that was made out of a, I don't know, kind of like a polyester. And when I get to the end and have the tail of my hanging plant hanger, you could undo this and brush it, and it would poof. It would fluff up like a fro, and it came in multiple different colors. And yes, I had some quite nice looking plant hangers. And goddamn, back in the 40s, I sold them suckers for $25 a piece. I made $400 that summer. Yes, I did. And if you don't believe it, I don't care. I don't care. God, I like getting old. Well, not really. But as far as in my brain, I don't give a shit. Whatever, dude. Okay. Okay, that makes 3 of them damn things. I wish this damn, you know what? I'm gonna pull out a different blade because that didn't cooperate the way I wanted it to. I'm liable to reach into my kit and pull out my Morrow knife that I use for carving the basswood. That sucker. Whew. There we go. Nice. Because it's sharp as can be, don't you know? What we got going up in here? Hey, Grandpa! Well, I'm not a grandpa yet, but if my boy doesn't stop fucking, he's liable to make me a grandpa. He's got a pretty little girlfriend. Yeah, he does. She's a kindergarten teacher. Yep. So who's this person saying, "Hey, Grandpa"? You know, both of us are grandpas. Grumpy here is a grandpa. I'm not a grandpa yet. I don't have youngins that I can fill full of chocolate and give back to Dad. I wish I did, but he's not ready for that. So I don't think she's ready for that either. She's been around a while, so I think he's going to hang on to her and maybe even marry her. I hope he does. I like her a lot. Her name's Melanie. His name's Christopher, and together they make an awesome pair. Well, they do, really and truly. Yep. And he lives here and pays rent, and he's saving up money so he can get a house. And I don't charge him very much rent, just a little tiny bit. And so she comes and spends the night now and again, and then he goes over to her place and he spends the night over there. They're pretty inseparable. They make a really good couple. Okay, there's 4. I need 4 more. Yep. So everybody having a good day? Hey, Grumpy, is this guy that said, "Hey, Grandpa," behaving himself? I think he is. If he gets out of kilter, get his ass out of here, please. Thank you. But I welcome him with open arms. But I'm not going to tolerate any bullshit. You do any inappropriate things there, Bucko, and your ass is out of here. Yep. Anyway, so Grumpy's excited about the 13th. He's gonna get up in there and go to Planet 13, set up camp, and presto changeo. He's gonna be ending up on the Jay Leno show because he's gonna be famous as hell. His stuff is phenomenal, and he's got an in now with Planet 13. He gets to set up a booth to sell his wares, and his stuff is fabulous. Check out Grumpy's site. Grumpy's cool people. Yeah, he is. And he makes great looking stuff, guy. Oh my goodness. See, this is a pain in the ass with the macrame. You gotta get your cord just right. And if one is shorter than the other, and you get close to the end, you're like, "Oh, damn." You can't make that final knot. And then it looks all wonky, and you've screwed it up. And that would suck. So, I'm trying to be careful, I'm trying to be meticulous, and I'm trying to make it right for y'all. So you can see how to make a plant hanger. It ain't nothing but a thing. I know you can do it. Yeah, you can. Oh, using up an awful lot of cord. Sheesh. La da cha cha cha. Oh, well, I wish I could read this. Yes, all good so far. Okay, cool. Thank you, Grump. So, Grumpy, do you do the cooking for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, or does the wifey get up in there and do it all? Are you in the kitchen? Are you making victuals? Are you a victual maker? I can't see. Yeah, please hit the like button. Appreciate it. Because I just got my oven fixed and it's still acting up on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more. So I've got a temperature gauge that I hang inside the oven to give me an accurate reading on how hot it is. With all the cooking that I've done, I cook with my nose. I know that sounds weird, but like if I put cookies in the oven and my wife says, well, you got to check it after 30 minutes or whatever, I don't need to check shit. I can smell when they're done because of all the cooking I've done, especially sweets, cookies, cakes, biscuits. But our flippin' oven, you set it for like 350 and within moments it pops up to 500. I made my wife a cake for her birthday and I put it in. I'm kicking back, having me my coffee, and I'm like, wait a minute, that smells done already. And it was done in like half the time it should have been. And I opened up the oven and I'm like, look at that. That sucker's done in record time. So, yeah, I'm a little pissed about the fact that I think I dropped almost 200 bucks to have my oven. No, maybe not that much, maybe 100. It was over 100 to have my oven fixed because it wasn't turning on at all. It was just screwed. And we got a really good place up the street that's little mom and pop fix your appliance place. And I like them. They fixed our dryer just perfect. But whatever's up with my damn oven is just no bueno. So I want to make a turkey, and I know I can cook it with my nose, but damn it, I hate the fact that it's I gotta watch that calibration because it's kicking itself up to like I said. In fact, we tried it again, and we set it at 275, and it came in at 425. And we did that with a pizza, and I'm like, I can't be having that, man. Because if I'm cooking something that I'm going by more time than my nose, ain't gonna be good. But we also have one of those little what do they call it? A little oven, little broiler oven that you can do like your cheesy bread in or something. Damn, what do they call those things? Toaster oven. There it is. And damn, can't think worth a damn. Don't get old, guys. It's not fun. See how I did that? That was magic. What a cha-cha-cha-cha. Hey, is Knuckles in here? Well, hello, Numbskull. I gotta make you a moderator. Because I love you. You're fun. Hello, Knuckle. You're a moderator now. You moderator man. You. Hey, man, I'm almost done completely with that that zebra wood um, slingshot. Yeah. Okay, that works, but doesn't work. Crap. Well, it'll be all right. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm fine tuning it. I was working on that earlier, um, making it so when I grab it, my fingers wrap around it in little finger placement slots on that zebra wood. I also did the rings around the top, so the band will be secure area. Because I've been watching a lot of videos that like Skull and Bones and you and anybody who's slingshotting, and I'm seeing you have to have these little ridges to secure your bands. Now I get paid on Wednesday, and I'm going to order up some bands. I think I'm going to order the ones that are pre-made because I'm a lazy and I don't want to have hundreds of them by cutting my own and having that chunk of band material to cut. I only want maybe 5 bands because I can't see myself going bananas with it and really getting into it so much. I want to see that I can do it and maybe go out into the woods and shoot a tree or something. I looked into damn frog in my throat. I looked into hunting with it, or even shooting a Tweety bird or like a quail or a pheasant if I happen to see one when I'm out hiking. And it says anything I take, I've got to have a hunting license, and I don't have money for that. So chances are I'm only going to shoot it like cans and stuff. But that's fine. I can shoot at cans. I can shoot at a tree. I can shoot at, just see what I can hit. And it'll be fine. Yeah, this is looking wonky. Damn it. Oh, that's okay. I'm going to do a special knot on the top here, so this isn't going to make too much difference. But what I'm doing here is definitely sloppy. What I should be doing is taking each one of these and just pulling the whole thing through. But I'm doing a cheater knot on the top here, and I'm kind of thinking maybe it's not a good idea. Let's show you this, because this is what I should do. Take the whole thing through. And I may go back and fix these other ones, because this is what I should do, because that ended up looking better. Last one. I think I'm going to have to go through and fix it. Dang it. Slows me down, man. And you know how I am. You get coffee in me, and I like to go fast. I swear to God, if I was a drug addict, I would be a speed addict. I've never done drugs, but anyway, I would be a speed addict. Let me some caffeine. Yep. This looks like shit. Dang it. Crap. I'm pulling this one out and then putting it back on, and I'm trying to keep the integrity of the length, because I want both of these strands to be about the same length. That's important, and there's a lot of it. Okay, work. Oh man. Did you do any macrame when you were a high schooler, Grumpy? Was that a thing for you? Yeah. Who's that? What's he, Old Path? What's he doing? I'm hi there. I'm doing macrame. I'm making a plant hanger. My son wanted a plant hanger, so I'm doing a plant hanger. Yeah, I am. And talking to y'all and saying hello, welcome. Oh shit! It'll be more exciting once I get all these on here, and I can start showing you some nifty knots. You know what? I don't like this. I put some of them on wonky, and I'm having to redo it. I'm a knothead. That's kind of funny. Making knots. I'm a knothead. Yeah, I am. But welcome, Old Path. Alan, I welcome you to my life. It's alive! It's alive! Oh my God, it's alive! My son and his girlfriend are very much plant people, so I'm making them a plant hanger for their plants. In fact, I walked into the shower and they had a plant that they had bought, and they hung it from the ceiling in the shower. It's a fern, and it'll work quite well in the corner of the shower, but didn't expect to see that. Walking into the Garden of Eden. It's cool. Nifty neato. I got to wash my hair and the rest of my body and so forth, and I've got a fern in there with me. And I don't mean her name was Fern. I mean it was a fern. Wow, pretty cool. And good gracious, with the steam from a shower and all the, we've got three of us and her when she stays, so that's four of us using that shower. That fern is going to be a happy camper. Yeah, he is. Who are we saying? I used to watch an old lady when I was a kid hand tie casting nets. That's cool. You know, I've been wondering if you, Grumpy, and Numbskull might be blood kinfolk. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think so too. Yep, yep. Getting there, guys. And once I get this right, and I was stupid for doing it wrong and having to redo it, I'll be able to show you some cool knots. Okay. I got like one more to do, and then we can start doing knots. I wish he had got some beads, because I could intertwine some big ass wooden beads. That would look cool. Well, it would. Yeah. Cool. Cool. I might have to stop here in a second and have a sip of my coffee. Who else is this? That's Grumpy again. My phone is little, so I have to lean forward. And of course, I'm old, can't see worth a damn. So if I miss something, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I just had my breakfast / lunch, I guess brunch, and I made some grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm feeling 12, except for the coffee. I didn't drink coffee when I was 12, but what did I drink when I was 12? I don't know, maybe Mountain Dew. That's what I drank. Love me some Mountain Dew. But nowadays, Mountain Dew and diabetes don't shake hands very well. Okay, so see that? Whoop. See how that ended up? Kind of purty. Now, I'm going to divide this up into four. Well, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do I have 7 and not 8? Oh shit! There's another one. Oh, I'm glad I counted. This one tried to escape. It was sitting down at the bottom saying, "You don't see me." Well, yes, I do. Get up here, fucker. You're going on there too. Because without you, we don't have the proper amount of string. Cord. Whatever you want to call this stuff. Cord, I guess. You get on there too. I macrameed so much as a high schooler that I got a stand. I had my mom buy a stand so I could hook that, clunk, and work under it. And that, believe me, that makes a huge difference. Okay, so I'm going to divide this into 4. We got this one. And that is, see 4? 4 strands. Okay. And then another. Four strands. And then another 4 strands. And I'm trying to keep them, let's see here, keep them kind of separated for a minute while I do this knot. This knot I'm going to do is called a Chinese crown knot. And if you ever did summer camp, you may have seen this knot before, because this knot is often used when doing making lanyards. You remember making lanyards? Like lanyard keychains we used to make in summer camp. Back in the day. Okay, what am I doing here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See if I can do this correctly. You see, at the start, it's a pain in the ass because there's so much cord hanging around. But if you know what you're doing, and I think I do, you can get it right. Okay, now, see that? I've formed kind of an X. You see that? You got an X. Okay, now I take this, I go over here, I take this, those 4 over there, these 4 over here. Ugh. These, yeah, there's 3. Shit, where'd it go? These 4 over here. Ugh. And then the last 4, it's 2, it's 4. Okay, the last 4, I go over and then under this one. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I just made a Chinese square knot, a Chinese crown knot. And at the top of this macrame, it's gonna look bitchin'. If you crap, what happened? Okay, we're good. Now when I tighten this, you'll note that it forms a square. See that? Check it out, man. Cool beans, man. See the square? Kinda. A little tiny bit. Cha-da-cha-da-cha. Wah, wah. Cha-da-cha-da-cha. Wah, wah. And as Grumpy would say, dead gum. Oh my God. See my square? Cool, huh? What does it say? I got a big screen monitor and bifocals, and still have to. Yeah, no kidding, huh? Sucks to get old. Okay, I'm gonna tie a few of these, and we're gonna get a little knobby. A knobby for Bobby. That's funny. You know what? Coffee time. Gotta have some coffee. Oh, what does it say on that side? Look at that. See that? Come on now. Life's simple. Trouble is you can't get around very much when you're old. Can't see shit, and you sure as hell don't have any money. Oh, damn. But I got free time. Lots and lots and lots of free time. Oh. Okay. Second Chinese square knot. And why are you over there? You don't belong over there. You belong over there. He went to visit his buddies on the other side. And that ain't where he gonna be. Nope, nope. Okay. Damn. What are we doing here? Oh, okay, that'll work. Okay, so there's my second one. And I'm going to do maybe, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 of these knots. And we'll end up with a thing coming down that almost looks like the top of a samurai sword. Because it's square and kind of neato bandito. So let me guess, you guys are wanting to run off to Michael's and get some cord so you too can make a macrame for your honey. They like it, yeah. Put a plant in it, a fern, shit, hang it in the shower. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Ugh. Cha-da-cha-da-cha. Grumpy, you got to show me how to do that music thing. I want music in my videos. Trouble is, I don't have the money to spend on an app that charges you money. And I think we talked about it before, and you said it cost, it's not very much, but it cost a monthly fee. Can't be doing that. I can't be doing that. Probably should, though. Hell, I've got almost 800 followers on my YouTube. And if I could fine-tune it and have music and set up my cameras like Wowie does, shit, I might be famous. I'd end up on a Jay Leno show. Hell, Jay Leno doesn't even do it anymore. Oh, who is it? What? Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or I don't know. I have seen some videos with Jimmy somebody. I think it's Jimmy Fallon. He gets on there with like Ariana Grande, and they play these musical games where he spins a wheel and they've got to do like some kind of song to a certain kind of kind of beat, and that girl can sing, dude, and she can imitate people, and it's so funny to watch. And Jimmy not too half bad himself. He's got some comedic chops to him. I like watching that, but I don't watch it when it happens. I see the reels when they fly across the screen of my computer or my phone, because I spend an awful lot of time messing around on the internet. And if you've noticed, I've been doing an awful lot of AI. I'll draw something and then I'll hit it with AI, and it comes to life, and just as cool as hell. Where's that on a chord? I'm missing a chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come here. Come here, you little shit. Yeah, ask Alan. I did an animation of a picture that he had, an older picture of him and his wife, and I animated it. And in the picture, she looks him in the eyes, kind of snuggles up to him and gives him a kiss on the cheek. I took his picture, I turned it cartoon, and then I sent it through Grok and it animated it. It was awesome. Really, really nice. You guys got to play with Grok if you like that kind of stuff. If you're looking for a good AI program, Grok, Grok, is amazing, and I like doing it. I did piss somebody off though. I used a picture that Amy Jo had and animated it. I thought it was a picture of her. It turned out it was a picture of one of her relatives. They got pissed. I did a apology to Amy Jo because I should have asked permission to use the picture, which, I mean, duh. I was excited about being able to animate stuff, and kind of got in trouble. But it's all good. We fixed our problem. She understood that I was playing and I wasn't trying to be malicious or nothing. But damn, that was heated for a minute and a half. But like I said, I made a video. I apologize because I certainly wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I ain't that kind of guy. Nope. I got Jesus in my heart. Jesus is killer. I want to be a lighthouse. Show the world about Jesus. Yeah, buddy. Can you kind of see how it's building a little tower? See that little tower that's building kind of there? I know it's hard to see if you're not right on top of it like I am, but it does. It's building a little nifty. It's called Chinese crown knot. And yeah, kind of kill. What is there? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you're over here. You're not supposed to be over there, peckerhead. What are you doing over there? You don't belong over there. You belong over here. And yes, you have to pay attention to your chord or you end up getting all wonky. You don't want 5, you want 4. Combos of 4. You gotta go that way. Don't make me put you on the little bitty bus. The little bitty bus. Cha. That's not supposed to be. See how it's going like this? It should be going here. I don't know what I did wrong. It'll be okay because I still have combos of 4. But that last knot is kind of wonky. Wonka. Wonky. All right. Now, okay, look at that. Ugh. See how we got the little knot, the crown? I'm going to stop there as far as doing more of those knots, and we'll get a little more up close and personal with this. Okay, now how I said that 4 is our number for at least the kind of knots that I do. I'm going to go over. I don't know if you can see me, man. Damn it. Sorry. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over that. I'm going to go over and under that. Oh, damn, you really can't see. I should probably have this above me so that it's focusing down on it. I apologize. My ability to film is lacking. See, I can't even get into, damn it. I'm going to adjust a little bit here, guys, see if we can't get so that you can see this better. Okay, there's one knot. I come over here to this 4. Do it over there. And then this 4. Do it over there. Sorry about my filming. I wish I had better capability of getting you the picture that you need in order to, if you really wanted to learn this. It's not that hard. Basically what you're doing is tying a square knot. And what's interesting is if you tie it wrong, it'll spin and you get a spiral effect. I've been doing a lot of it, so I'm probably not going to do a spiral. That's not what I'm wanting, and I know how to avoid it. But there's all kinds of knots that you can do. You can get ornamental with it if you're a knot person. And what's interesting is macrame was came about from sailors. They'd be out at sea and bored out of their damn skull, floating around trying to catch some wind in their sails, and they had cord like this that they'd use for tying down the sails or whatever, and they would make belts and such out of it. And yeah, they'd play with knots and learn how to do it this way and that way and get ornamental with it and screw around and what have you. I captured my towel. Damn towel there. Yeah, they also, when they would have walruses or whales, and they'd have horns, whale bones, or tusks from walruses, and they have the ivory. They will make another one all the way around, so we have 2 square knots on each strand. And they would take the ivory, pull out their knife, their scabbard, or their dagger, and they would do scrimshaw. If you don't know what scrimshaw is, look it up. It's cool as hell. And scrimshaw is basically scratching into whalebone or ivory from the tusks of like walrus, or hell, even the horn from a narwhal. And they would make beautiful like jewelry and stuff out of it back in the pirates' days. Scrimshaw, in fact, done correctly, pulls down some pretty big money on the market. I can remember shopping the streets of Hong Kong, and you'd see jade that had been carved, or ivory that had been carved with scrimshaw. Absolutely gorgeous. And a piece the size of a quarter could go for, $300-400 if you had a ship scratched on the surface so that it looked like a ship, or looked like whatever. And I wanted to buy one because they're hella cool, but every time I saw one that I liked, it was so expensive, it was way out of my range. And I was hitting shore with some decent money, so I could buy stuff that was expensive, but not that expensive. I mean, shit. I could have dropped 100, but 400? No, that's not going to happen. I got to have my money for dirt. Yeah. It's hard to chase skirts if you ain't got no money. Boy, I was interested in chasing skirts, tell you what. Robert C. Peters was a chaser of skirts. I did a lot of that. And like the movie Dead Poets Society, poetry does woo women. I've done it. It works. You write a girl a poem that means something, she's going to be putty in your hands. Yep. Oh, that's another thing. Dude, this was cool. I could write poetry, and my shipmates learned that I could, and they'd come to me and say, Robert, can you write me a poem so I could send to my girlfriend? She's pretty, and I want to make sure she stays my girlfriend. And, I told them, hell, sure. And people kept coming to me. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to charge these people. I was making $5 a poem to write poems that they could send to their girlfriend, claiming that they had written it. And what's funny is they, out at sea, we have to wear ball caps. We always have to, quote unquote, be covered. And when we're in port, when we're out and about, like on the base, we wear a white cap, the regular sailor white cap. But when we're on board ship, we wear a ball cap, and it says USS Midway Aircraft Carrier across the top of it. And I was given a ball cap that said Poet Pete, last name's Peters, because they would come to me to get their poem, because for $5 I'd write them a poem to send to their girlfriend, and I became well known as, dude, go see Robert. He'll write you a poem for your girlfriend. She'll love it. Only cost you $5. And I wore a ball cap that said Poet Pete. So these guys that didn't know who I was now knew who I was. Yep. I was Poet Pete. And that's actually where my tagline, Rymerpt, comes in. Because when I first started doing the internet, I tried to do my nickname as my handle, Poet Pete. and somebody already had it. They wouldn't give me that moniker. And back in the day, that's the way it was. If somebody had it, you couldn't have it. I'm like, damn it. So I thought, okay, what is a poet? A poet is a rhymer. So I did Rymer and then put PT on it for Peters. Like Poet Pete, Rymer, PT. And I purposefully left the H out because I can't spell with a damn. And I thought that was funny. So RYMERPT has been my handle forever and ever and ever and ever. But I thought, wait a minute, people don't know me like by that anymore. So I added Robert Peters to it, or sometimes Robert C. Peters to it. And then my channel is now Rymer PT, Robert Peters, 9624. They gave me the number just because. But yeah, so now you know. Rymer PT, because I used to be Poet Pete. That's right, Poet Pete. And one of these days I'll show my my hat that says Poet Pete on the back of it in a live so that you can see my truth to my story. If you don't already know, I was a cook on the USS Midway aircraft carrier. We were stationed in Yokosuka, Japan. The ship was at the time that I was on board. And yeah, I actually was attached to VA 115 attack squadron. I was their cook, one of their cooks, and they were attached to the Midway. So if they were to leave the Midway altogether and go on assignment somewhere else, I would go with them. Never happened. But they did have sometimes where some of the planes would go to like the Philippines. I had the option to go with them if I wished. I liked it quite a bit on board, so I would stay and just stay on board instead of going with the some planes to their destinations for temporary assignment duty. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stay put. Probably should have. It would have been fun. But yeah. The attack squadron was A6 airplanes, A6 fighter jets. Badass little suckers. Look like mosquitoes. And yeah. So duty was fabulous because when they come and said, "Hey Robert, we need you to do some duty," I say, "No, I'm attached to the ship." "Oh, okay, never mind." And then when the ship would come, "Hey Robert, we need you to do some duty." "No, I'm attached to VA 115. "Oh, okay, sorry, dude. I never had any duty because I was playing the cards. Smart, you betcha. Duty sucked. I heard tales about duty. I didn't want it. And when I'm talking duty, I mean you had to pull like shore patrol, where you go out on town and you watch for drunken idiots, and good God, pain in the ass. You're being a cop for the night or the day or what have you, and that didn't sound fun to me. I ain't gonna do that. I did get caught up in it a couple of times because I wasn't coy enough to wiggle my way out of it. So I did have to do shore patrol one time in the Philippines, and that was not a place you wanted to have shore patrol because everybody and their brother that got off ship and was playing around in the Philippines, they were chasing skirts, and they wanted to get as drunk as they possibly could. So I was hauling drunks back to the base, and in some cases we had to wake them up because they were flat out, blacked out, passed out, leaning on the table, just about to fall off the table because they're so drunk that they turned into jello. And we had to wake them up. And I was told when I took the the baton and the SP to put on my shoulder so people saw me as shore patrol, I was told ways that you can wake up a drunk. And one way is to take a pen and put it between your victim's fingers, kind of like this, like this, and then squeeze the two fingers together, and that'll wake you up because it hurts. Duh. And I had to try that one time and it worked. Another way is right behind your ear, at the base of your ear, at the right here where you got your, well, you're not going to see me, but right at the base of your ear, there's a see, these are supposed to all be level. This one's off. At the base of your ear, right where your earlobe is, approximately, if you feel that, you'll feel a little hole or kind of an indentation. If you press that when somebody's half asleep, that'll wake you up in a heartbeat, because that hurts. Yep, yep. That is another way that I woke up drunks. And it sucked, man, because these guys didn't want to have to be hauled back to the ship, but they weren't in trouble, but we couldn't have them out in town sleeping on tables. So we'd take them back to the ship and make sure they were tucked in and give them their teddy bear so they could go night-night. And yeah, that was duty. And you know, that part of it was, there we go, that part of it was easier than having to deal with the bar fights. Because when sailors get drunk enough to fight, whoo, and they're in a place where there's bottles start breaking and they start wanting to cut one another with bottles. That's when you pull out your batons and you bop them suckers and you knock them out and then carry their ass back to base. And when something like that happened, we would gather together and have multiple guys to break it up. And they know that if they're fighting and all of a sudden shore patrol shows up, they know that they are in trouble. So they generally break it up and realize, oh crap, you know. But if we've got to stop the fight with their batons and such, then they are gonna end up in the brig. And you've heard stories about the brig? That's real. I had a buddy who, he missed ship's movement. He didn't get on board the ship when it pulled out. So he was left behind. Not good. Because they will send somebody to track your ass down. And they did. And they brought him back on board. They flew him back on board. And he got 3 days bread and water in the brig. They gave him a Bible, enough bread and water to last him, you know, as much as he wanted to eat and drink. And he could not sleep until it was time to sleep. So he could either sit there and stare at the wall or read the Bible. And he read the Bible. And he read it and he read it and he read it and he read it for 3 days. And got bread and water and ended up realizing that you better pay attention, because when the ship leaves, you better be on it, because that's bad. Oh my God. Yeah, he was a knucklehead. God, he was stupid. There were some people that I encountered in the Navy that I befriended that were, good God, man, I don't think they could have made it in regular society. They were good at yes sir, no sir, and doing what they were told. But as far as thinking for themselves, dude, they were dumb. Okay. Notice how I'm lining it up. I want these two to remain as middle. So I take these guys and go around them. Anyway, stories about my Navy days. Huh? What did I do? What did I do? Screwed it up. That's what I did. Crap. See, it gets hard when you got yourself a lap full of cord. That's why I loved it. Like I told you, when I was a kid, I would hang it, and then I could get under it and have more cohesion to what I was doing. So trying to think of another story for you. Oh shit! I climbed Mount Fuji, man. I was in. What am I doing? I was in Yokosuka, Japan, and that didn't work. What did I do? My nuts all screwed up. Crap. And the ship, for 6 months of my enlistment, went dry dock. They pulled all the water out from underneath her because they had repairs to do. And she sat there high and dry. And I still slept on board and did my duty, my regular job on board, which was cooking for the crew or the admiral. I did that for a while too. But damn it, I'm all tangled up here. So my buddies are like, "Hey, what do you want to do today?" I don't know. So we hopped on the train and we headed toward Mount Fuji. And that took us a while, maybe half a day, to get from where we were to Mount Fuji, to the base of Mount Fuji. And we wanted to, damn it, my nuts fucked up. So we get there, and really cool actually. They have what do they call it? Stands outside that sell souvenirs. And one of the things that they had was called a Fuji stick, and it was a dowel, hexagonal dowel, and about the size of my walking sticks, and just a stick. And they said, these are very popular. Almost everybody gets them because when you hike up Mount Fuji, there's stations every so often where there's a little hut and a little Japanese man. He's got branding irons in the fire, and he will, for a small fee, maybe like $2-3, he'll brand the name of that station on your Fuji stick. So we were getting branded, and we also had I also happened to have a Sharpie with me. I don't know why, but I was always carrying stuff. I was taking notes and doing poetry and so forth. So I always had pens, and I had a Sharpie, and people that I would meet, and they're like, "Hello, how are you?" and you know, hi, you know, they wanted to talk to me and my friends, and I would have them sign in katakana, hiragana, or kanji their name on my Fuji stick. So we're hiking along and getting more and more of these nifty things on our Fuji stick, and it was looking more and more cool. And then we noticed, wait a minute, it's getting dark. Shit, we got to get back. So most people were passing us up and headed toward the top of Fuji, and it's not climbing with crampons and so forth and ropes and shit. It's a trail. There's guide rails and steps sometimes, but it's a trail, and you walk along this trail. Shit, I was being passed up by little old ladies. They were hauling ass trying to get to the top. What you're supposed to do, which we didn't know, was it's like a 2-day thing. You sleep at the top and you watch the sunrise, and that's the climbing Fuji experience. But I was a knothead. I didn't know that. And my buddies were a knothead, and they didn't know that. So it's starting to get dark, and we're like, shit. So we turn around and race back down. We had made it to station 10. So we had made it, I don't know, halfway up, something like that. And we, we get on the train, and we start heading back to Yokosuka, where our ship was. And at like 4 o'clock in the morning, the trains stop. They just flat out stop, and they're down for I don't know, maybe 4 hours, something like that. And then my numbers are off, but the trains go down. They just plain stop wherever you are. You're done, and then they start back up in the morning. And we were stuck. It stopped, and luckily there was a park nearby, so we grabbed park benches and slept in the park for 4 or 5 hours, and then when we woke up, we got back on the train and we headed back to base. But that was Jiminy Christmas. That was my experience with Mount Fuji, and to my dismay, I no longer have that Fuji stick. Yeah, I had it in a storage locker, and I was an idiot. I wasn't paying my bill, and they grabbed my storage locker and sold it off or whatever. But crap, I wish I still had it because it was cool. Yeah, I've been through some rough times, but you don't need to hear about that because that's depressing. We're coming right along with our thing here. 1, 2, 3. Where's my fourth one? Go over there. Can you see how it's kind of looking decorated and kind of cool, bitch, and gnarly to the microphone show like Wild Plus Tax ING? Eh? Yeah, might have to have another sip of coffee here in a whole big minute. Yep. My belly's, I don't know why my belly's feeling hungry again. Crap. I just had grilled cheese sandwich. Actually, I had 2 of them. They were yummy. I had pepper jack cheese on it, a little bit of American cheese. Did that sucker up with butter. It was tasty. Yep. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing, because I can't see the screen hardly at all. It's tilted and aimed at my contraption that I'm macrameing. Okay, so you kind of get the idea of these knots. Now, see how that's coming along? You got the top knot, and you got another knot, and then you got another knot, and I still have a buttload of cord left. So I'm going to make another one here, And then, God, I might have used too much cord. Wastefully, but whatever. I'd rather have it too long than too short. Okay. I'm coming down, I'm making another knot here, and then I'm going to show you a trick how you can separate these and form the basket that the pot goes in. Yeah, no, not your kind of pot. No, I know. Pot? Whoa. Pot? No, I'm talking maybe terracotta. Different kind of pot, Grumpy, sorry. That's not a good knot. Shit, what did I do wrong? Damn it. Screwing up. Robert, pay attention to what you're doing. Because you're a knothead. Oh, that goes over. That's why. Wada chada chada cha. Wah wah. Wada chada chada cha. Wah wah. God, I wish I had music in the background. Gotta learn how to do that. And I haven't seen for a long time Perry do a live. Has he? Is he still working his ass off? He was working 7 days a week. That sucker's a machine. Can't imagine. That is just, wow, crazy. Can you imagine working 7 days a week? Although he's making bank because he's working all those days. And I have talked to him a little bit, and he's kind of pissed at his coworkers because his coworkers keep calling in sick, and poor Perry's having to do the job of 2 or 3 people. He's on a forklift now, and I don't know about you, but I think forklift drivers make a decent paycheck. I would assume, but I don't know. I'm not from around here. I'm from Alpha Centauri. Okie dokie. Getting there, guys. Getting there. We're going to have a bitchin' plant hanger, I tell you what. It's going to be cool. Yep. Hey, thank you for hanging with me. I appreciate that a lot. And if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Also, if you haven't already, sub. Because I do all kinds of fun stuff. I'm usually with a Dremel making woodwork. Look at my site, you'll see. Or recently, I've been sketching. I have a sketchbook to the right of me here, and pens all over the place, and I sketch, and that's fun. Yep. I draw. Recently, I've been drawing little hobbit houses, because Bilbo Baggins is opening a string of bed and breakfasts, and he wanted me to design his chateaus, and he wanted me to pimp out some fairies for him, but I told him no. You want to do that? You better talk to somebody else. I ain't no pimp. But yeah, he's gonna have these little chateaus where you can come and you can rent one, and a fairy comes with it, and you hand him a pile of coins and get your groove on. Waka 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 wow wow. Chicka chicka meow meow. Chicka chicka meow meow. My precious. My precious. Ah, my precious. He likes my designs, though. Bilbo is digging my sketches. He's like, dude, I want one to live in my damn self. I said, no. You can't live in my drawing. Can't do it. Sorry. One of these days I'll have to draw a picture with Bilbo in it. That'd be funny. I'm not too terribly good at doing that, but I might give it a shot. One of my Hobbit houses with Bilbo coming out of the door, that'd be awesome. He'd be like, "Hello, welcome to my chateau. What color hair would you like on your pixie?" Oh, damn. This is time consuming. I don't even know how long we've been here. Quite a while. I think it's been an hour, about an hour. My cat disappeared. I don't know where she went. Probably taking a nap under the bed, waiting for me to put more food in her bowl. She's like, "Dad, I want some food, Dad." Yep, I know. Now see how I got them all about the same length? That's pretty important, because if you don't, it's going to be wonky, sideways and shit. And you don't want that. Nope, nope. Okay, here we go. La da cha da cha da cha, wah wah. So, are you enjoying your macrame tutorial? Oh, mercy gracious. Dang, I wish I had some music in the background. Poop. See how that one's all twisted? I got to do that again. I want my two. See that? Those two. I want that to come straight through. Oh, it should. Huh? How did that happen? Got all twisty. Huh? What happened here? Twisty, twisty too. The fuck? Okay, that's just not right. I don't know if I can fix it by just twisting or not. Probably not. Maybe so. We need to be over there. No, I gotta redo it. Screwed it up. Screwed it up. Doopy doop. Okay. Goodness. This thing's getting to be a pain in the ass. I think what's bugging me is I'm about due for some medication. A little bit of Tylenol. Put that in my system so my damn stuff don't hurt. I don't have hurt yet, but my body's telling me, you better do it or you will. I take that damn Tylenol and ibuprofen around the clock. In fact, I have some in my pocket. I'm going to take it here in a whole big minute, and then I'll be good to go. I took it at work one time. I have the proper dosage in a little pill container. I'll show you here in a second. And I just undid the lid and tipped it up and took it. And one of my coworkers like, I saw that. What was that? I'm like, Tylenol, dude. I'm old. Leave me alone. Fuck off. It was so funny. And she's a friend of mine. She didn't give a damn. And nobody does because it's legal, but or it's not what they might have thought it was. And she was like, "What was that?" It's okay, Miss Tessa. Okie dokie. Yeah, I got way too much cord here. See what happens when you over guesstimation? Okay, now we're going to do something a little different here. So far, I've been going down the same stream here, okay? I got here, here, and here. And I'm going to take, to form a basket that will hold our plant, I'm going to get a little more precise, okay? I want to make sure that they're next to one another. That's important. So I got to hold it up. I got two guys that are next to each other, these here. Okay. And I'm going to come down here. And remember, I'm always working with 4, right? I'm going to make it so these two come together. And then I'm going to take another, and they come together too, to form a kind of a capture ring to form the basket. Okay? I'm going to come down probably about that far. Okay, and I make sure, this is where it gets tricky. I make sure I've got these 4 here. Okay. Going to come right here. And through this process, we're going to end up with a basket to hold our pot. Our container which holds our plant. Yep, yep. Didn't that work? And these knots are pretty simple. You practice them a couple of times and you're going to be a whiz at this. It's easy, easy peasy. Easy, easy peasy. Ain't nothing but a square knot. Ain't nothing but a square knot. Oh. Ain't nothing but a square knot. Square, square, square knot. I'm going to do 2 of them so it doesn't come apart. Okay, see how that takes these 2 and combines them? Yes, it does. Oh, you know what I did? Shit. I sure did. Dang it. Robert. Crap. I did it wrong. Sorry. It's been 1,000 years since I made one of these plant hangers, so bear with me. Okay, let's line it up again. I want these four. There we go. All right here. I'm going to get it right, I promise. I'm sorry. I'm a knucklehead. That's spelled with a K. So, what other stories can I tell? Sheesh. Yeah, I wasn't a typical sailor. I wasn't going out and going to the bars and getting hammered. I wanted to see the country because I thought to myself, good God, man, there's people back home saving all their life to take a trip to Japan. I knew this. And I figured, damn, you know, those guys are, I got the opportunity to see this beautiful country, and it ain't costing me except, you know, what I want to pay for my victuals and my train ticket and so forth. But it's not costing me to get here. I'm already here. So, what the hell, man? Why don't I take advantage of that and see this damn country? And maybe, you know, learn the culture, learn the language, learn. So I took it upon myself to get out and about. I would buy a train pass, a monthly train pass, and dude, I'd go and get lost. I'd get on that train for a day and just go get lost. And I had to learn a little bit of Japanese so I could find my way back. Damn, it was awesome. And I did. I learned enough Japanese to get by. And everybody speaks English. They take English in school up through high school. So they speak English, they just don't want to talk to you because they're afraid their English sucks and they don't want to sound like idiots. Okay? So there's a stigma. They don't want to sound silly. So talking English to you is tough for them, and they avoid it. But if you're a young, handsome sailor, the girls are attracted to that, and they want to try to know you, maybe even date you, and so they let down their guard a little bit, and they'll try to talk to you. And if you speak slowly and carry a dictionary, nowadays you could use a translator, and it's cheating, but okay. And dude, you can make friends. And I did a lot. I had tons of Japanese friends. And that, boys and girls, is just plain cool. I would, in the summer, when we were in port, I would go down to the beach and camp out overnight at the beach. And the Japanese would party their ass off on the beach. They'd get beer and they'd sit around a campfire on the beach and just get awesome drunk and sing songs and just have a gay old time. And I was part of that. That was really cool. And I learned a lot of my Japanese from doing that. my mom was a 30-year teacher and my dad was a librarian. So doing research and learning how to do something or other came pretty easy to me, because all my life I had to be, you know, I did a lot of, I was, that was kind of drilled in my head to be a pretty good student, if you will. So research came easy to me. So I would always carry, when I was in a foreign country, I would carry a dictionary so that I could, in this case, a Japanese English dictionary or English Japanese dictionary. So I could, if I wanted to say something that I didn't know, I'd look it up and say it by the use of the dictionary. And they spoke enough English that they could pidgin English with me, and I could basically pidgin Japanese with them. And we communicated just fine. And I also carried flashcards, and they dug the flashcards. I'd sit there and do flashcards trying to learn new Japanese words, and they wanted to know new English words, so they were playing the game with me, because one side was Japanese and the other side was English, and we were back and forth trying to learn one another's languages and just giggling and having a hell of a good time. Drinking Sapporo beer, not a lot. I wasn't much of a drinker, but I mean, dude, it was flipping awesome. Down on the beach, you got some little bitty waves. You got a bonfire going. Hell yeah. Such was the life. Cool stuff, guys. Cool stuff. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. Getting my basket going. See how it's kind of coming together like that? It's hard to do without a without something to hang this from the ceiling, because I'm having to line up my line so I don't get screwed up with how it comes together. And it's long, so I'm getting confused here a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. Okay, there's that. And then I can take this. And go to here. You guys still with me? I can't see the screen. Oh my goodness. Super tough to keep the line straight, guys. Because there's my lines. That's bringing, damn it. I need to hang this thing so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, crap. I think that's the right one. Damn. I'm confused. Oh, oh my God. Scooby, 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 Scooby. Robert might need a Scooby snack. That wasn't good. Oh, oh, oh. We're getting there. Oh, damn. Almost got our basket, boys and girls. Even though I'm an idiot and it's hard, but I'm getting there. Shit, why do I have? Oh, there is four. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, it. I didn't think so, but it is working. Oh wait, shit. Now what? Why do we have? Okay, this one is premature. Shit. I messed it up. I keep messing it up. I apologize. But it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Okay. There to there. Ta-da-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Right here. This is where we need to be. Where's my fourth one? Where is it? One, two. Oh, man. Okay, that works. And that works. And there it is. There it is right there. Zoinks. Nice. Okay. Damn. See, without it hanging from the ceiling, I'm stabbing it in the dark. Oh! Getting there, though. But I is a professional. I know what I'm doing, kind of. I really do, I swear to God. I was professional. I don't have time now. Yep. I've been tying my knot. I've been tying my own shoelaces since I was 5. Wait a minute. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, I did it wrong again. Robert, you're a knucklehead. How about we do like this? There you go. Son of a gun. Ta-da. Okay. You're the way you're supposed to be, well, relatively. Okay. See, this comes down and forms, or is supposed to form, a basket. Are you a basket? I'm a basket case. Damn, man. Fucking basket's mangled. There it is. Oh, damn. Hey. Whoa, dude. I be having basket. I'm a basket case. Look at me. Hee hee. Where's my basket? See my basket? I got a basket. Is that going to be a good enough basket, though? Might have to come down further. Shoot. Wow. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. a thunker. Why are you so much shorter than the other one? Get on down here, you son bitch. Get down to where you belong.
Get back in line, sailor.
Oh my. Better, but still not good. Get down. I don't know where my damn cat went. Boy, she's been out of commission for a while. She's taking a nap somewhere so she can jump on me at 1 o'clock in the morning and be wide awake. Okay, I'm gonna do one more knot down on the bottom here to wrap up my net. Or one more knot per
Basket. Making my basket. Because I'm a basket case.
I tell you what, guys, without hanging this from the ceiling, it's really tough. I apologize for making all the mistakes. My end result is fairly decent. It could be straighter with my knots aligned and so forth, but it's definitely going to work. I suggest if you try this yourself, hook it on a hook from the ceiling so that you can get under it and keep your rope lined up correctly. Otherwise, you're going to be like me and have a hard time keeping your precision on the knots that you're making, because it gets tangled and misconstrued and makes it so that one knot ends up where it's not supposed to be and then throws off your whole shebang, and that's not good, because then it's not going to form the proper basket, and then it makes the tire of the basket a basket case. Yes, it does. Okay, good gracious. I'm just about done though, guys. If you have stuck with me this whole time, um, uh, thank you, man. You deserve a gold star. Ah. Oh, by the way, Grumpy, if you're still here, my new stickers, dude, they look awesome and they should be here anytime. It's been a while, but vinyl disorder takes a while, especially in the holidays like this. It's liable to take a bit, but when I get it, you're going to be one of the first people that gets one of them new stickers. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Because they look bitchin' and you deserve one, because you are a loyal friend of mine. Appreciate that very much. You pop into my lives, I pop into your lives, we take care of one another. You the man. You the man. Yeah, buddy. You the man. Tell you what, I'm gonna need a flippin' nap after this. This is definitely cold. Looking awesome, guys. It's really working. Swear to God. I know it looks funky to you, but it's coming together. It is coming together. I've run out of stories, guys. I've got a zillion of them, but my mind, I'm thinking about what I'm doing here. Sorry. Almost done. If I can finish this basket on the bottom here, I'm gonna tie it off, and then we'll put a bowl in it or something, and I'll show you what I've been talking about when I say basket. Oh, see that basket? Damn, it's killing me. I swear to God, I need to hang this. Because the cord's big enough that if I was hanging this, I'd be done way a long time ago. And I'm trying to do it like this in my lap, and it's just next to impossible because I'm getting nothing but tangles. I'll have to cut this live. I need to hang this so I can finish it. Yeah, I'm gonna bow out, guys. I need to finish this by hanging it. It's getting all wangled up. It's been 2 hours. Good God. Thank you for hanging with me. Bye.